Alright guys, you are making the mistake of watching the Nutnfancy Project SHOT Show 2013 coverage, stopping by Eberlestock. Some of the best tactical backpacks made in the world. We are going to talk about the details of features, philosophies of use, and the man that's going to be our host is Mr. Eberlestock himself, Glenn Eberle. What's going on, dude?
And I was just going to say, you can call me whatever you want, but my name is Glenn Eberle. Yeah.
Got it.
And glad to have you here. We're always busy at our booth at the SHOT Show. We probably have the most eclectic and fun and cool line of gear in the industry, and I'm fairly proud of that.
I agree.
And I will tell you, I don't know who the Nutnfancy Project is. When you walked up, I went, what?
That's right, he did.
I don't know anybody. It could be, in fact, people tell me famous people all the time, and I go, really? And it's not that I don't care, it's that I'm really busy, and I live in my own private Idaho, so to speak.
Literally.
Yeah, literally, I live in Idaho.
Well, is a part of that staying pure too? So you're kind of aloof from the industry, so you stay focused and pure and not copying anybody else, doing your own thing.
We absolutely, if you look at every one of our products, it's different from its neighbor, and it's certainly different from anything else in the industry. You know, it's not that I take pride in building things that I believe in, and building the best equipment that I possibly can, given current materials. There's always a place for it to go because materials are changing and going to get better, but we don't mess with gimmicks. We make, you know, true, honest products with the first premises in the backpacks being that they need to be very tough and rugged and robust, able to carry a load of rocks and not break every day. And then furthermore, they need to be comfortable and feel good on your body. So we don't necessarily make ultralight gear, even though our company started as an ultralight company, but we're going to come to that. We're just waiting until it's right. In the meantime, our gear is honest. It's not, it might be within a few ounces of a lesser pack. If it's a few ounces more, it's because it's designed to be tough and comfortable. And if the pack is right on your body, you're going to have a good experience with it, regardless of the weight. And our products, we have that reputation. People that actually wear our stuff typically are really happy with it because of the way it feels on your body, of the functionality you have in the field, and the organizational and balance characteristics that you feel when you're wearing an Eberlestock pack. So those things have really made their own reputation. The products speak for themselves and have plowed their own way in the world, and we have a really good reputation because of that.
Now, Glenn, you also have a really hardcore testing program, don't you? In other words, you have operators in the field giving you feedback all the time, users, hunters, outdoorsmen.
Yeah, we have a following of people that are really on the operator side, and we're talking the SEAL teams using our Gunslinger 2-pack, or you name the Special Forces unit. Some guys in that unit, or maybe all of them, are using one pack or another. And sometimes it'll be a surprise. Like we made a little X2 hunting pack that's just a cool little robust hunting pack. Well, there are A-teams in the war in Afghanistan right now using the X2 pack. And I surprised, went, really? It was a hunting pack. Well, actually, they went, no, it's actually perfect for carrying comm gear and sat. We make products that are versatile and comfortable and robust in a way that they appeal to a lot of people. And some of them, in the example I just gave you, the X2, which we can show you later, it's about a 4.5-pound backpack. So in the world of tactical packs, hell yes, it's really light.
Yes.
But it's also, for its scale, you know, most companies would make a book bag. We made just a top gnarly little clamp things to it, whatever it is. If it's a 150-pound elk quarter, that's what it is. It'll carry it, and you feel good doing it.
That's a philosophy that I see in most of your packs too, Glenn, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you do have kind of, it can carry anything you can attach to it philosophy.
That's definitely my goal, and I'm not going to say they never break, but at the archery show last week, we had a guy come up and say, hey man, I put 4 elk quarters on a Blue Widow pack, and I'm like, no way, you know, you can't do that. You can't walk with that. And he goes, here's the picture. And I went, you did it.
And you can see that philosophy here because he has Molly on the exterior, and a lot of the models have ways to lash all kinds of stuff to the exterior if and when you want to carry that weight.
And really, all of them have the Molly. That's not necessarily the best way to lash things to it. It's there for that purpose, but also for the purpose of attaching pouches.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we do with our packs, like this little Gunslinger pack, is it's actually a model that's been in the line for a long time, but we put these big compression straps on it, and they're there to compress the product, yes, but they're also there to grapple things to the product. So you can take these, extend them around and crank them around any bag that you want to put on there. And with 2 sets of horizontal straps and 1 vertical strap in this case, you can put a case of beer on that.
It's a sandwich. You can sandwich whatever fits.
Whatever you need to put on it, yeah.
Excellent.
Or a bag of cement if you want to get an exercise.
Ammunition.
Yeah.
What's the heaviest load you've ever heard of your operators carrying weight-wise?
You know, there
the
were
guys who come back and said, hey, I carry this much weight.
Guys in Iraq were going out with 180 pounds plus on some of our packs.
Really?
Yeah. And I think that's crazy, but they were doing it. They had to do it. That's what.
Which model?
You know,
Sky
that was
Crane?
probably the Sky Crane certainly was in that category. The operator, the G4 operator.
Okay.
You know, you need that pretty big volume to do that, but yeah, and those are real things. I mean, guys are using them that hard, and the packs. You know, really, we don't get failures from that. We get failures from wear, but
everything does.
So we take care of that, but for the most part, the things are really pretty darn tough.
Now these guys, operators in the field, cubic inch wise, what are they happy with? Let's say they go out on a 3-day op. To me, a 2,000 cubic inch pack is too small. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Can they?
Well, I can show you some packs, like for example, the half track pack is, for me, a day pack. For them, it's a 3-day pack, and they use it that way and like it. And the scale of those mid-sized packs, or these gunslinger packs, for example, guys are doing multiple days with them. I don't really know how. They don't take spare clothes.
They're wearing one change of clothes, no shelter, very limited food, probably.
MREs.
Any multi-day expeditions you've heard with guys running in this gunsling?
Oh, for sure.
Wow.
Absolutely. And again, you know,
I guess I need to pare it down.
You can grapple things to them with the compression straps. So I mean, you could put a 2,500 cubic inch bag on this pack just by opening these things up. And
the model we're looking at right now, Glenn, is what?
Okay, so we started. I was talking about the gunslinger over here. That's the original GS-05 model gunslinger.
Right.
It's used by the Marine Corps Sniper program right now. It's in the field with them, and still in procurement from them. The upgrade to that was the one that I named the Gunslinger 2, and when I say it's an upgrade, it's really a very similar pack, but we went from a side-loading zipper on that pack to a full front-loading access, so that it's really easy to look inside and find things. You can see the molly down the front door, so you can be organized and have things racked to it. Look-in panels that help you find things and see what's inside of them, or the pockets. Hydration, like the other Gunslinger, rides on the back wall. Molly down the side, so that you can again be organized with either pouches or just things hooked to the molly on the inside of the pack. Both packs have a top loading feature so that you can overstuff them and make them bigger, but I really like this front loading access for the direct visibility. Again, you know, my goal with this pack is for the guy to be organized out there and to put things in either in stacks or in however he wants to do it, so that you know where things are when you need to go in the pack, because it might be dark, you might be going by feel. And even if you're not, if you can see it, it's just nice to be able to see it and boom, grab it.
I think perhaps the downside, though, is when we're putting the nylon in there, it's going to add a few ounces for that organization, right?
Yeah, but the pack's not that big. You know, for what it weighs, it's very capable. And I never get a complaint about the weight of a pack of this scale, simply because it does what it's supposed to do so well. Right. You're not thinking about how much it weighs.
Gunslinger 2, you're talking about the panel load feature. I will tell you, huge thumbs up for me. I love panel loading packs. Yep. Just like you said, I mean, if I have to come through the top, it's just such a nightmare. Yep. I have a little extra weight with a zipper, but to me, that's good weight. I access everything instantaneously. By the way, this is the one we've been running, the Gunslinger 2. Okay. Great pack.
Yeah. The other thing that I didn't mention about it that's cool is the top has this organizational pocket in it. It has AR-sized magazine carriers. They also work great for your PDA or your cell phone. Pen pockets, tuck pockets, zippered pocket, another tuck pocket. It's just a nice thing because it's right at the top of the pack. If it's at your knees in a truck or whatever, it's easy to find stuff right there instantly.
It's excellent. Great organizational features. By the way, look at the quality levels on Eberlestock, guys, are just superb. On the inside, if you look, everything's taped, seam taped. The stitching is uniform and clean. I'm not going to say Eberlestock's the only one doing it. There's lots of great backpack manufacturers, but the quality levels on all these packs, I think,
Yeah,
are pretty much there.
They're there. They're not beaten by anybody. They're matched by some.
Exactly.
And we're very picky. We really want things to be perfect, and we drive that in our factories.
What fabric are we? 1,000 weight on this?
This
It feels like it.
Yeah, it's 1,000 denier Cordura, and it's a good choice for this product simply because this is one that is thrown in and out of Humvees and helicopters and whatnot, and used in a lot of hard metal inside of it in hard metal places, and they hold up really well.
If you built it out of 500 denier, do you think you'd have warranty problems? People bringing it back saying, "Hey, I'm wearing through the fabric."
Some big packs that have 500D, and I don't think we've ever had an issue with somebody tearing it. I mean, once in a while that's a hole debunking or something, but rarely. We don't have structural failures from those things blowing out. So we could do it with this, but the truth is on this pack, 500D versus 1,000 is maybe 2 ounces. Who cares?
Really? Just that amount?
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Really? I thought it'd be a lot more.
It's not a huge deal. Yeah, it's surprisingly not significant.
Gunslinger 2. By the way, as a favor to the Nutnfancy project audience, we're going to give 5 of these away, right, Glenn?
You say so.
I say so. You ain't getting a booth review without it. We had a little interesting discussion off camera, didn't we? It's like, hey, dude, I'm going to give you the media, but you got to take care of my people. We'll give 5 of these away. How about in that dry earth? That is an awesome color.
It's an awesome color. Actually, that's a color that I developed.
Did you really? Yeah. That is one of my favorite tactical colors in tactical LBE or backpacks. It just blends in so many different environments.
Yep. And actually, I'm proud of that because basically I'm critical of things like the color and the camouflage and things we're using.
Right.
Dry earth is one that it's right in the spectrum where it melds to its environment. So you throw it in concrete and it looks like concrete.
Agreed.
You throw it in, any place where there's dry dirt in the world, it tends to go towards the things around.
It's a chameleon color.
It really is.
It just blends. Is this dry earth here?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
cool. And again, it's hard to see the shadows and whatnot, but that's a dry earth.
There it is right there,
this one,
dry earth.
This is one of our lighter packs. So you were talking about the durability earlier. We have 2 of them called the low drag and the high speed.
This is the high speed, this is the low drag?
The low drag has one of our tactical weapons carriers in it. It'll carry any man-portable weapon. A smaller weapon can be bridged with these keepers. You can also use the keepers to attach a butt cover so that the butt of the rifle in there, the weapon is covered. Both packs have the same set of features in that they have a top-loading access panel. I'll take the pillow out so we can see it. There's a fold-down shelf so that if I want to use the top compartment by itself and the bottom compartment separately, you can access with the front load to get both.
Excellent.
The next thing is we have document and computer-sized pockets in it, so easy drop-in place for a computer and a PDA, an iPad or documents and a computer, whatever you want.
Right.
Hydration sleeves in the back will hold 3-liter or 100-ounce platters with 2 portals out the sides of them. Again, a very simple, lightweight product.
Look at that.
Beautifully organized. Another really cool thing about it
that's a low drag, guys. That's a squared away pack. And notice that shelf too, like he showed. This adds no weight. Does it have this capability to section off your pack?
Right. And then if you want to use the whole thing because you have something big in there, then you just put the shelf out of the way and it drops in.
Okay, I just found a new favorite Eberlestock pack. I hadn't seen that one before, and I really like that.
It's a good pack.
And your fabric is a ripstop on that, right?
Yeah, this is a 420D ripstop, and that means 420 denier ripstop.
Right.
And again, it's not just that the fabric itself is tough, but all of our fabric on our packs is lined. So the lining goes into the seams and the stitching. We use premium nylon thread, and so the structure is very strong. Because my goal is to get, have a great warranty. If there's a structural failure on this pack that's due to the materials or workmanship, we replace it. And I don't want to do that. My goal is to do 0.
In the long term, that saves you money, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure.
So, send it out the door right. That way you don't have to waste money in warranty work.
That part of that's my name. And
Mr. Eberlestock.
Yeah, right. And so I like knowing that we're making a good, honest product that will serve people for a long time, to the degree that if they ever wear it out, because you can wear out anything that's made of nylon or cloth, if you wear it out, you're going to be so proud of its use that you're typically going to hang it in a proud place and go buy another one because you like the product.
I could not agree more. So, that's honest wear and tear that shows you've been there, done it. And it's still functional, it's just beat.
Yeah, and so we see that, but we rarely see structural failures. And if we do come up with something that, then we correct it. So this is the other thing I was going to show you about this pack that's really kind of neat, is that you can see the shape of it is designed. In fact, you can almost see it better with the one next to it, the high speed.
Right.
This sort of arc shape of the pack is designed to kind of right on the guy's back and not impede his movement when he's crawling around things and moving. And also the nice thing about it is that when there's a load in the pack, the compression straps pull the load upwards. So you're pulling the weight of the pack up above your center of gravity and closer to your CG. So they carry really well with whatever load you've got in them. And if there's less stuff, then you can compress them flat. So it's a neat, simple layout and actually very functional.
All along those lines, you're talking about this low profile, high speed shape. When you get in and out an armored vehicle and you're dismounting and mounting all the time, this is huge.
Yep.
So we're not grabbing crap, banging into stuff. And actually when you're going through heavy brush too, you're bushwhacking.
Yeah.
Because the more, I don't know, this is me hiking along, the more crap I got hanging off, the more I hate it. What was this pattern over here, Glenn?
This is one I developed. It's called Unicam, and it's a 7-color pattern of browns and greens. Yeah. It's designed to be, in fact, we can almost see it better down here on one of the Unicam.
Yeah, let's walk on down. Is there any? Do you want to talk about this one before we press
kind of
this?
Bounce around. So Unicam has sharp digital features, pixel features, combined with a broad field fade. So you can see that the green transitions to a darker green in different places on the pack. The browns also transition from one shade of brown to another. So when there's distance out there and the pack is there, the camouflage characteristics work perfectly. We have a really nice balance of earth colors and foliage colors. If you're in a drier environment, you see the earth more. It's in that chameleon bandwidth. If you're in a deep forest environment, it tends to gravitate towards the green. So it actually is a nice, really truly good, nice camouflage.
Do you have any operators running this color?
Well, we had an older version of Unicam that was well liked. I never really was that satisfied with it. It was more of a pure digital pattern, a simpler pattern. This Unicam 2 is new. It's brand new. We just got the first packs in stock a few months ago, and
I did test your previous pattern, and honestly, in my environment, it didn't do so awesome.
Right. So this is a lot better.
Okay.
You'll see that actually this is a pretty cool.
Are you saying you need distance for this to do its job? How about close range?
In fact, my model was a guy from Dev Group who walked in here and he goes, "Oh, digital sucks. I don't have to hide from the guy 100 yards from me. I got to worry about that guy's going to step on me." And we were looking at some of the hunting patterns, but that is my model for camouflage. This does have the structured digital, so obviously if the guy's right there, he might notice it. But I've been 10 feet from it when it's lying in a modeled forest floor environment. I'm critical of it. I was very critical of its development, and I worked it until I felt it was right. So it's a good multiple environment camouflage. Is there a perfect one? No. But this one goes through a lot of places, whether dry and arid or green.
Let me ask you this. Are you a perfectionist?
A little bit, yeah.
I kind of sense that. Tanner, is he? But see, this is what results when you have someone like that. And I have a feeling, Glenn, I don't know you too well yet, but I have a feeling that there's some things you're just not going to compromise on in your products.
I compromise on nothing. The truth is, I stop at some point in a product. I mean, I could keep going and going, but companies that do that never deploy a product to market. But everything that we make has a future. It has the future evolutions. Many of them are in here, but things that I go, okay, I'm looking forward to working on that some more because I think we can improve upon it. I'm still waiting for a lot of the structural and weight-saving features that we can build into our packs to be technically ready. Lighter weight foams.
New materials come online. You can upgrade and shave a pound off a pack.
We'll be all over that.
Yeah.
We're not using them until they're real.
And proven.
And we'll prove them ourselves. We actually develop a lot of things ourselves. I mean, we develop our own camouflage patterns for good reasons. We develop our own pack fabrics for the same reasons. And so we're developing things that are cutting edge. Our products are cutting edge already in their features, but we're going to be pretty competitive when it comes to the best thing to make a pack out of. And I'll say this, I said it earlier, we don't use gimmicks. There's no carbon fiber frames in any of my packs because I've broken carbon fiber frames. Not to say you can't make a better one, but it's not going to be any lighter than our aluminum perimeter frames that work great. And if you crump it, you have a $15 part, you throw away and you put another one in. How many of them have crumped? None. Because we use them in our side of a pack in a way that we use internal aluminum stays. Some of those have crumped because the guys bend them back and forth. But our perimeter frames that we have, which I'll show you in a few minutes, we haven't had a single failure. And that's proof to me that we don't have to go with sex appeal, we go with structural things in the pack that are real. And
I dig it. I totally dig it.
So, well, I show you one of those.
I'm actually very anti, what do they call it? Just, it's like a trend.
Yeah.
You know, trends in the industry, everyone adopts it, and it turns out 5 years down the road, hey, that didn't work out, and now everybody revamps it. I don't really dig that.
Right.
I want it to be true and proven. What's this one? We'll talk about it real quick. Any of these two?
Okay, so you just passed the Dragonfly. That's one of the packs that we developed as a hunting pack, and it's the cool thing about it is it's collapsible. We happen to be showing it here in the expanded mode, but if we take the stuffing out of it and we bring it shut, these two halves that could be packed full with your gear collapse against each other to be sort of the day pack scale pack. So we have a low profile inside of your torso kind of pack that zips up. Compression straps grapple around it to compress it. If you need more space, you undo the zipper and open it up. It's a variable pack, so the compression straps can be used to hold it shut. But basically, we go from a pack that's reasonably used as a day pack in my world, if I'm game hunting, to a double-sized pack. Now, the really cool thing about it is, can I grab a spike? Super spike. We can add a bag to it. So using that same zipper that we previously zipped it shut with, unzip, boom, now it's bigger. If we need a bigger pack than that, this duffel uses this same zipper and will zip onto the pack.
So now you've got some serious volume.
Yeah, so
serious
we have
volume.
This 3-stage pack in the simplest possible way to do it with some patented features, which is again why you don't see it on other people's products.
And the beauty of this is you can get this Dragonfly and the duffel for 190 bucks.
Yeah, right. We don't make cheap products, but we don't make terribly expensive products either. There are many packs in the world that cost a lot more, that have less features than ours do. And there are no packs that have our feature suite. I mean, we really have a unique line.
I would agree with that.
And absolutely.
Let me tell you that people on the other end of this camera, Glenn, I'm going to call you dude since you're a former Air Force guy. He is. Did you know that? Glenn is a former Phantom driver, F4 Phantom guy. I had no idea. I just learned that myself.
My secret's an old fighter pilot.
That is outstanding. Usually I don't hang around fighter pilots.
I tried to kill myself, but I won't.
You said you have how many hours in the Phantom?
I got 2,000 in the Phantom and a couple thousand in the Hog, the A10, and was one of the lead instructor pilots in my squadron, and then decided, I just had this company in my head, quite honestly, in the late 90s. I was like, I love flying jets, and if we still had the Phantom and those afterburners, I'd probably still be flying it. The A10 had a cool gun, you know, these 65 30 millimeter rounds a second going out. It was awesome. Yeah. But once you've shot it a few times, you go, oh, okay, it's fun. But it didn't really have my heart the way that the Phantom did.
The Phantom was really special, wasn't it? Just a special jet.
Muscle car of an airplane.
It really was.
We were the last squadron in the U.S. military to fly it, so just driving that thing around and going out and fighting F-16s and beating them, it was the coolest thing. We loved it.
Hey, who was faster though? The Phantom. They could make you with your trail of smoke. What'd you have in that? J79s?
Yeah, the J79s. We had smokeless engines though. The later versions. Yeah. So
which one are you talking? The F4 fan? F4 what? Did you fly?
I flew the recce version. I flew the RF-4C first, but it was cool because it was slick. It was one of the fastest jets.
Clean and fast.
Mach 2, no problem. And there no modern fighter goes Mach 2. It was one of the F4 was the last Mach 2 fighter. And then flew the Wild Weasel, which was just a blast. Going into Iraq, I've been the only guy in the air over Iraq, me, in my backseater.
Oh, really?
Because of my wing being bingoed out, yeah. So.
In other words, you got lost and wandered over Iraqi airspace.
Bring it on, baby. Going in there, guns loaded.
Oh, I got some great RF4 stories. I'll tell you guys on the camera sometime. So that is awesome. Oh, by the way, yeah, so you're in a race with an F-16. You're going to waste him in that thing, aren't you? Yeah. Speed-wise.
Well, they could out-accelerate us, but at the top end, yeah, I mean, that was a pretty impressive fast.
Once you get going, look out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about pricing. Yeah, we're still talking about backpacks. I will tell you, on the other end of this camera, what I was going to say, Glenn, is there are people, thousands and thousands of people, they'll pay the price. If they know that the technical features are exactly what they're what I call a philosophy of use dictates.
Right.
They know it's going to be a quality product that will last the test of time. They're going to pay it.
Okay.
That's what they're already doing it. That's why you're so successful.
Yeah.
There's a huge market for that.
We have a great customer base that
Absolutely.
appreciates our product.
Right.
And, and you can't displace this company because we've done it right. I want to show you this pack just because it's kind of cool. This one's called the Jackhammer. We have a product on the other side of the fence from it that's called the Warhammer that is similar to the one we just showed you, the Dragonfly. It's an expandable pack. It has just an open load bay that we can add things to it. But both of these packs came into our world because we had military customers, particularly Marines for some reason, that were taking our gunslinger packs and whatnot to custom shops and having Alice frames added to them. And I heard that and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Alice frames go back to Vietnam. And it's a 3-pound backpack frame. But we had enough guys asking us to make an Alice pack frame pack that we did it. But we did it in a different way than other people have done it. We basically have an Alice frame built into this thing as an internal frame pack. So you can see it protruding at the bottom, but the pack wraps around it in a way that doesn't really stress the frame, so we don't have the noise and creaking and breakage that you get from a normal Alice pack.
Right.
And you have a great deal of comfort because this thing rides on you like an internal frame pack.
Built from the ground up to accommodate that frame.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the other part of that story I'll show you in a minute, and that is that it's a 3-pound frame, and we don't need it. We have a 14-ounce frame that does the exact same thing and is more comfortable on your body. But we couldn't really deploy that to those guys that wanted the Alice pack frame until we said, okay, here's an Alice pack frame. Now we have something that's better.
Right.
And that's where these are going. But I wanted to show you this pack because the Special Forces Sniper School is currently it's the Jackhammer.
Yep.
This is their pack of choice. For some reason, the instructors at the Special Forces Sniper School like this thing, and they've been getting them. I think the reasons are twofold. One is that it has the top loading features we showed you earlier, plus the front panel loading features. It has a big radio pocket in the back wall, look-into pockets around it, easy to be organized, rain cover in the bottom, full depth pockets on the side for long optics or tripods or whatever. Hydration could go there. And then it has in the back a sleeve that we can open up to put a weapons carrier into. So you can stick any one of our scabbards into this pack, hang it on the MOLLE inside, and suddenly it's a gun bag. So it's a really neat, versatile product, but a fairly conventional pack in terms of its layout, and a great load-bearing pack in terms of its ultimate capability.
Well, when you say the word school, and you're talking about combat training, weight is good. They want to load the guys up.
No, these are the instructors buying it. They're not getting
Oh, really? Are they deploying downrange with it, too?
Well, they will. Yeah. I mean, we're talking,
wow.
The SOCOM Sniper School.
Are they running the Alice frame or your frame? Those guys?
Alice frame. They don't know about the new frame. They don't know about yet. But they're asking us for the Alice. This pack right here, that one right there.
Okay. That's a great pattern still. Still love the multicam. Love it, love it, love it. Look at this mamma jamma.
Yeah, it's a little bit disheveled right now. Let me put one back together. Actually, Tanner, you do that, and I'll show them something real quick.
Glenn doing a great job. Mr. Eberlestock, F4 Phantom driver.
All right, so same pack I showed you on the other side with the 14-ounce tubular aluminum frame, and it just wraps the perimeter of the pack. It doesn't need to be like crazy with cross members and stuff like that and weights adding features, because we have one of our super strong internal frame pack type instructions with, vertically adjustable shoulder harness, but this is not a typical frame pack.
Right.
You can see that the frame is buried inside of it. We still have an offset from the main pack so that we get some ventilation. And I'm really pleased. I mean, that took 2 pounds off the pack.
With your frame?
Replacing the frame, yeah.
I will tell you this, I am a huge advocate of external frame packs. For what I do, and what I do is not what everyone does. I'm talking as backpacking. I can carry more weight, more stable than any internal frame.
Yeah. Well, and I'm
this is kind of a hybrid.
I'm an internal frame
This is a
guy,
hybrid.
So this is a hybrid. It's an internal frame with external frame capabilities. To me, that's the best of both worlds. An external frame truly typically becomes noisy. You have butt welds that often break, pins that go through them, or something goes through them that creaks and makes noise. These things are quiet and they ride like an internal frame pack. So this is the way to go if you're an external frame kind of guy.
What's your volume on that, Glenn? Do you know offhand?
I don't know any numbers. I barely know my group.
There's our bouncer, Tanner, looking it up. Yeah. I'm going to guess by looking at it, 3,000. I would say 2,800 cubes.
2,700.
Oh, nailed it.
2,700. He nailed it. I went 2,000 or 3,000. I don't know.
I told you I know this stuff.
I designed it, but I don't know how much it is.
Anything? Oh, see, this is. Some of my guys would love these smaller packs.
So yeah, so this one's cool. This is I showed you earlier our first gun slinger pack.
The original gunslinger.
GSO5 gunslinger. This one is actually formatted the same way. It's got a full width rifle scabbard, similar top feature, single strap down the front, single compression strap that you can compress the pack with and compress the scabbard with, and then the scabbard pops out the bottom. They fold back up inside and clip upside if you're not using it. But it's a great way to carry a scoped rifle. It's just, we call it the gun runner because it's the lightest weight, smallest pack that comes with the integrated rifle scabbard. And it's just a simple, cool little pack, top-loading deal, a couple of organizers, but some people want simplicity and lightweight. This is that.
Yeah. If you compare your system down to fit into this, look how narrow the profile is. I mean, you're not going to be bumping any brush with this. It's going to be in between your shoulder blades.
I can take one of my sniper rifles out there and stick it into this thing.
I bet. The full size you're talking. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Put in we're talking with a Leupold Mark V scope or a Night Force scope, and the only thing that when we get to our rifles, I'll show you, is we have rifles with magazines. The mag doesn't fit. If you have the 5-round mag in our chassis, you can put our chassis with the Night Force scope inside of that mag.
Patented feature.
Oh yeah,
an Eberlestock patented feature, right?
We have many. The integrated rifle scabbard is one of them. That comes from my experience with biathlon. I used to do the sport, race ski and shoot, and was known.
I didn't know that either.
Come on, man,
dude. Let me guess. You got a '66 Corvette.
I wasn't supposed to know anybody. So yeah,
I stay in my own world too, Glenn.
I did the sport where you ski and shoot, and actually I reinvented the rifle stock for that sport.
Wow.
I took 4 pounds off the gun. We used to ski in the 80s with an 11.5-pound rifle because people thought you had to have a stable. The weight of the rifle made the most difference with the stability. They also broke very easily because they were basically target rifle stocks. So you'd fall in a ski race, rifle break in half, and you get up ski race over. World Championships, too bad. So I was on the U.S. national team during the 80s, 84 Olympic team.
Wow.
And whatever. And
that's cool. That's cool, Glenn. I'm just telling you.
So basically, in the course of that, I broke my rifle, decided I could make one stronger, and then as I was doing it, I thought I can make this lighter too. I took 4 pounds off it. I went from an 11.5-pound rifle to a 7.5-pound rifle, which mattered for more than a minute in a 20-kilometer ski race. So suddenly the American team's results went whoop, and we made a huge difference. Changed the sport, became a much more dynamic sport. As you watch the Olympics now, it's kind of cool. It's fast, high speed.
It's a lot faster.
And that was one of the things that was driven. And actually, my claim to fame is I set the floor weight for the rifle in the Olympic sport. They tried to outlaw my work, and we fought them off. And they finally said, "Okay, how much does that thing weigh?" 7.5 pounds is now the rule.
Really? And to this day they stick with that?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So and I'll show you some rifles that bring that back to make sense. So really, my name is Eberle. This used to be the Eberlestock company. The two words came together because as I started a new business post aviation, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a gun company or pack company. And I decided, we'll use this name because it works. It also comes from our history. The heritage of the company now makes sense. And,
do you ever wake up in the middle of the night sitting upright in a bed with an idea? A product idea?
I don't sit upright.
No? But do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and just go, I have a great new product idea, and jot down a note, something?
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know how my mind works. I don't think it does work anymore.
I think it works probably like mine. It's always going.
Yeah.
Designing stuff, figuring out a better way to do something. All right, so we're going to talk about these two right here, right?
Yeah. So
this looks like it has all the additional pouches on it. This unit right here does.
Okay, so basically this is the Sky Crane 2-pack. It's the same pack, a modular pack. And what's really cool about this thing is it's as a truly modular pack. The base pack weighs 6 pounds. The core pack weighs 3, so we have about a 9-pound system as it comes to you. Well, I'm sorry, about 10 pounds, because this top pack is a removable, versatile fanny pack with a pull-out belt. Must be buckled up inside. So it's a pull-off, MOLLE-attachable fanny pack. It has a hydration sleeve in it, so you can have your Go kit in this, or your lightweight kit with water. Unwrap. It snakes off with the compression straps very simply, and so that takes 1 pound off of it. 3 pounds here. So the core outside pack is just a little over 6 pounds. So we have a 10-pound system that can carry anything. And we had some guys from Fort Bragg in here yesterday going, well, this pack We want it jumpable because this is the pack. Because I got any military unit can do anything with it. You know, you have your sniper mission, your comm mission, your whatever those guys are, whatever they carry, and this pack will do it all. So just a quick overview of it is, as I said, we have the core pack outside, top pack on top, but inside we actually have another whole backpack that's a lightweight, removable. This is we call it the Little Brother pack.
Yep.
But you can
I've been
see
looking
how
at this pack for years.
Yeah,
it's
so
cool.
So that's Little Brother. It's you know, secret other than all the other features of front loading panels and top loading access and radio compartments, radio antenna portals, is it has a wraparound zipper.
Talk about ease of access with that one.
Yeah, it's a little tricky to unravel it, but once unraveled, it has a portal for a gun carrier, so we can stick a full scabbard into that, and this can be a pack that has your weapon and your lightweight gear, and you can pop it off and use it by itself.
The Little Brother pack.
Yeah, this is just a neat system. I mean, very economical to use it in terms of weight and load-bearing capability by itself. You have this pack that has basic storage components, a full MOLLE panel to which you can attach things, or you can wrap, you know, jerry cans into it, or chainsaws, or whatever you got to carry, comm gear, mortars.
What's your suspension on this one? That's aluminum, right?
This has a combination of a plastic frame sheet and internal aluminum stays. I like the internal aluminum stays because we can contour them to fit anybody's body. They're very comfortable. They're very quiet. So
they carry a lot of weight too.
And the load-bearing panel on this pack is right against the frame, so the load goes right against your body, and it's a great load hauling.
What's your material for the frame sheet? Poly?
Yep, it is.
Okay.
And so this pack, we were talking earlier about materials. This one's made with 500 denier on most of the main panels.
That's my favorite.
1,000 denier on the. Well, I'm sorry, not there. On some
on
of
the bottom, probably.
Yeah,
huh?
on the wear panels.
Yeah.
So
wherever it's going to have high abrasion, 1,000. Go with that. That's the Sky Crane and Little Brother combination.
Yep.
That's
now,
cool.
Stepping over here, just want to show you the same pack. We can add things to it like the weapon carrier. That's coming out the bottom of the pack. You can put a 50 cal in that thing if that's what you want to carry.
Right.
And then also our Super Spike duffel can be mounted to the zipper. So now the Little Brother pack's right, that's one that comes with the pack. This separate 3,000 cubic inch plus accessory can be zipped to the pack using the same zippers that otherwise were used to either hold the Little Brother or compress the pack. So you just have this really neat scalable system that, compared to most attempts at a modular pack, which are 20 plus pounds, this one's 10 pounds, has a Super Spike duffel to it, you've got it a little over a pound, you know, with some meaningful capacity with minimal weight. It actually is pretty
Totally mission adaptable.
Oh yeah.
Guys are laughing on the other end of the camera because they're probably looking at this and go, that is the Nutnfancy favorite. Because you've watched my backpacking videos, you know I like a 6,000 cubic inch pack for multi-day adventures because I'm going in the backcountry carrying a pack raft, fishing gear. I'll bivouac and work out of that pack for a week sometimes. That's a sick setup. There's that dry earth again. Awesome. Okay, we're going to change gears since we're here, and we're going to show you your sleeping bags.
Okay.
There you go.
So just to show you where that started, we discovered in a partnership with a company in Austria called Corinthia. They made a great insulation. In fact, it's the best synthetic insulation in the world. The benchmark for insulation being goose down. You know, it's highly compressible.
I agree.
It expands on its own because it lofts by the feathers pushing against itself. Its handicap is that when it gets wet, it loses insulation. It collapses and it's very cold when wet. G-Loft, on the other hand, the cool thing about it is it's not a typical polyester fill. Typical polyester fill is naturally a straight fiber made out of one kind of polyester, and to make it not just lie against itself and mat, they mechanically crimp the fibers. This uses two kinds of polyester that get squirted through, however they do it, into a little tiny hollow tube. So it's a micro fine hollow tube. The air inside the tube is the first level of lighter weight and insulation. But then the cool thing is, by using two kinds of polyester for each fiber, they spiral when they come out. So this stuff's natural state is expanded and it pushes against itself. You can see how instantly it opens up when we take it out of the compression. So as opposed to goose down, we can leave it compressed. Let's see here. This is a sleeping bag. It can live this way. 2 years from now, you open it up, and those coiled springs inside push it open, and it lofts. So it really has the best weight to insulation value for synthetic fill, and in combination with that, it has excellent characteristics when it gets damp.
I've taught my guys an acronym, and it's DAM, Dead Airspace Management. If you want to stay warm, you got to know a little bit about that and manage it.
Yeah.
When we talk about sleeping bags, you do have to have loft. You're going to have loft to trap that dead air, and then you're going to have to protect it against wind erosion and conductivity against the cold ground. If you can do that, you will stay warm.
Yep, perfect. Okay,
Excellent.
so we make 3 models of a sleeping bag. This one is the ultralight. It was the one I showed you compressed, and obviously that's a tiny sleeping bag. It's really a moderate weather sleeping bag. I can tell you the temperature range and not.
Whatever temperature range you give us, we add 20.
Yeah.
If you say that's a -10 bag, it's a plus 10.
Our numbers are actually real. They're tested in Europe.
Really?
I mean, these are all made in Europe. This is an Austrian. And
look at that color. Man, that's a great color.
yeah, that's a good color. So anyway,
So that's compact, like you said, Glenn. It could stay in that state for years and come out and be ready to serve.
And so that's that bag fully inflated. It has a mosquito net, so if you're in it's really a warmer climate environment, so it's made with a mosquito net that'll zip over the whole face. The next one next to it is the one we call the Reveille, and it's just a great 3-season bag. It can be made a 4-season bag by taking the ultralight and sticking it inside of it. Those two in combination, you can sleep anywhere in any conditions, and if you need warmer than that, then you need to be inside.
Don't tell that to us, right?
The other feature here that I really like is the front zip feature. So basically, if you look at this bag, little tiny face portal, front zipper. If it's cold, it's excellent because it's baffled and you stay warm. If you get warm at night, the zipper's right in front of you and your body vents really nicely out of it. So.
Speaking of zippers, can you show them? This is something I saw off camera before I decided to do a booth review. I really like how they did this zipper system. If you can roll that up a little bit, I want to show the viewers. They put really stiff material right here. And so you're much less likely to catch this fabric and just jack your zipper up all the time. I hate that.
Yeah, it runs nicely.
I haven't tested it, but it looks like it's a pretty good approach to the problem.
Yep. And this one we had that on one side. On the other side, we just have these multiple stitches because this is an insulated panel. It's lofted. We don't want to have it.
You're going to have your temperature preserving panel there.
Zipper, but that zipper goes up and down nice and easy too.
Okay. Price ranges on these. I heard one of your salespeople talking. They go up to what? Do you know offhand?
Tanner, you know offhand?
Tanner with a price list.
$199, I believe.
What if I got the middle of the road one, the one that Glenn was showing right here?
The Reveille.
$279. Now you have a dealer network, right? Dang.
Absolutely.
I wish we could get direct buys through you, but I don't want to offend your dealer network. So TMPers, I can't really do much with that because he has to take care of his dealers.
We honor the fact that people sell our products and we ask you to buy them from our retailers. That's really the best thing.
Yeah, we run into that a lot and we're respectful of it. So those are great. From what I can tell, they're awesome. I really would have to sit down and see the weight compared to your competition. Anytime I see this zipper, I'm a little concerned. It's kind of a heavier duty zipper, adds a little bit more weight, but you have a mating capability. Yeah, it won't break. Wiggy's bags uses those too.
Yeah, we like the fact that these are tough. So here, let me show you one more thing.
Yeah, doing a great job. Glenn Eberle in the Eberlestock booth. We're SHOT Show 2013. This is an in-depth, I'm going to say gold star review from Mr. Eberle.
Thank you. I get a gold star.
Gold star. Well, we're getting to know who you are and your philosophy, and guys will love that.
All right. So we talked earlier about the fact that this was once called the Eberlestock Company, and I've always envisioned it as being a broad-based, cool gear company. So, I won't say the North Face was guns because I think our gear is better than theirs, but that kind of a industry specific to the shooting sports and hunting outdoor sports. Obviously, military and tactical is a big part of our world, but my heart's always at, what's the coolest gear, what's the best way to do this? And so I've been working on rifle stocks for quite a long time. In fact, I was an airline pilot on September 11th, 2001, and that day I decided to start this company on fire.
Really?
Yeah. And,
so it was already going, just kind of...
in my head, I just decided, okay, it's time. And
what airline?
For United.
Right on.
Yep. And so in the course of this, my first entrepreneurial goal was to make the sniper rifle that killed Osama bin Laden. And I didn't succeed with that one, but I've succeeded with others. But I did come back to some really cool, highly accurate rifle chassis systems. So we're making gun stocks again. We started on this project several years ago, But
Keep talking. I'm just going to show them why you're talking.
Yep, I've learned quite a bit about this. Obviously, I've been thinking about it for years, and the neat thing about this is that we've done things with this that nobody in this industry has ever done. I mean, so most people's approach to a rifle stock for a sniper rifle is a fairly complicated set of things, and so they have these spinning dials to move G-crests and other things. Well, you don't need that, because basically you're going to set up a gun one time to fit you, and then you don't want to change it. You want to actually lock it in so it doesn't change. So, so that, you know, simplicity is one part of this. The other part was I wanted it to be the shortest system that we could make, so that we can put it inside of a backpack so that the sniper isn't identified by enemy snipers and he's not the first guy to get shot, which is what was happening prior to our coming into their world. So, so this thing, if you look right here, this is a modular stock, and I'll see if I can get it down so I can show you how it folds. Sure. It folds at this joint. Again, I don't have the.
It's okay. We're a patient audience.
There we go. So there we go. So you saw that I broke it right there.
Yeah.
You can go from the shooting grip to
Open
just
that
pinching
up,
it.
I want to show the guys. We've talked a lot about folding stocks on the project. Look at that lockup, dudes. Let me guess. There's absolutely. I'm sorry, I wasn't showing it. There's no movement whatsoever in that.
Oh no.
I mean, no wiggle or nothing.
Nothing.
I can tell by looking at it.
So,
not gonna be anything.
well, it's because of the quality of the machining that we've got. So, the other thing that's cool is look where that folded. It folds forward of the pistol grip, so that the length of the stock is the length of the barrel to action. So that if we're trying to hide this into a backpack, we're the first company in the world to do this. To make it as small as possible. So you have a short-barreled rifle, that's something that fits inside of a backpack really easily.
So that's going to be about 4 inches shorter overall length than your
yeah, because you don't have the pistol grip back here. Right. So the next part is it's spring held in its folded position, but ultra simple to deploy, and you can see how it snaps back in shape. You wouldn't even know it's a folding stock when you're looking at it. And then you mentioned, does it rattle or anything? It's so tight.
I can tell by looking at it, there's nothing.
And it's not just that, but the joint moves this way. So as opposed to all the other attempts at this that have a vertically moving butt, ours goes down so that as the rifle's sitting on a bipod or rest in the front and the built-in monopod in the back, gravity is holding the thing locked. So it's a super solid, stable system. The next part is the machining it is so fine. We're taking off-the-shelf Model 700s, hanging them on the recoil lug, torquing them down, no bedding required, half-minute guns. Every one of these is a stock gun, every one is a half-minute gun. Do we do custom rifles also? Yeah. And we will. Actually, I had a Defiance machine come to us last year and said, we want to make, that's so cool, we want to make a rifle for that. And they showed up here with it. And so we're going to make some nice precision rifles on this also. But one of the things that's nice about it is that you can take a Model 700 you already have, or a Model 700 clone, you know, any one of the nice searches or whatever, and drop it in this, and it'll shoot as good or better than whatever it's shooting in right now, I guarantee.
Tanner, how much is that stock system? Ballpark it, bro.
Stealth chassis starts at about $2,000, and the Cobra right at about $1,300.
So they're pricey, but you're talking like no holds barred, the best.
Yep.
The best. Yep. No compromises made in the design. So I can see it's a detachable mag system too.
Yep. So this one is actually the FNH Special Police Rifle. They asked us to make that, and we don't know whether FN will go forward with the project. It was just sort of a courtesy. But most of them, the 700-based ones, use the Accuracy International Tight mags.
Okay.
And so they come with a 5-round mag. This is the long action. That's a 300 Win mag. We also do a short action. This has a 10-round mag in it, but as I say, they come with 5. While we're on that, I'll show you though. This is our new. We just unveiled this at the SHOT Show. This is the new Cobra chassis. So about $1,000 less than the Stealth. Equally accurate in terms of the rifle's ability to shoot accurately. It doesn't fold, so it's a single piece of aluminum, and really just a beautiful object. They shoot beautifully, and it's just I think this is a work of art.
I think it's gorgeous. Weight-wise, do you know if it adds anything to the weapon system compared to let's say a HS Precision?
I don't know how much their stuff weighs. I don't.
By looking at it, I would say on this it'd be about Nick 6's, about the same.
Yeah, I'll tell you these weigh 4 pounds. So the chassis does. So it's
maybe
not an
add a little weight.
It's not an ultralight thing, but compared to any other chassis, it's a weight saver because all the other ones weigh quite considerably more than this. So that's, plus, you know, they're just so simple and beautiful. They work good.
So that's the Cobra here, Glenn, and the name on this one again?
That's the Stealth.
The Stealth.
Yep.
Okay, pricey, but man, you're talking top notch.
Yep. We've had a
Workmanship
lot
on
of
that.
really cool, you know, people coming here just going, these things are the bomb. They
Yeah.
really are. Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
Excellent.
What else?
Well, I don't know. We probably need to wrap it up, I'm thinking.
Yeah, if anybody watches all that, they're crazy.
I guarantee you, they will watch it. This is a good booth review. He's also got a full line of hunting backpacks, a lot of the same models we saw in all types of hunting colors, and you can go to the website, check them out. They have great information on the website. They have testimonials, pictures of operators in the field with them. Cool bivy sack in the back there. Is that made in Austria as well?
Yep, and it's made of Gore-Tex. So the thing I like about, we have two models. The one up here is a headroom bivy where the bag itself lays on you, but still a really nice one. We call that the shooter's nest because it has two ports of access, a side opening, but also an opening on that, so you can lie inside of it, use it as a ground blind with the rifle sticking out. This one is a little bit different. It's more of like a tube tent with a simple single support on either end. It requires a stake to pull it taut, but once you've done that, man, it's just a nice way to spend the night because the entire thing's off of you. It's made of Gore-Tex, so it's entirely breathable. You don't get any condensation inside the tent. And then also you can make an awning with it so that you have ventilation. You know, your hiking poles can hold this open towards your fire, and it has a big bug screen. Great way to spend the night.
Have either you or Tanner slept in that thing yet?
Yeah, maybe.
Have you?
Thrown up in the snowbank.
Would you prefer it? But see, I'm more of a lightweight tent guy. I'd rather go with a two-person tent. That way I can sit up and change clothes.
Yeah.
I will say this is high speed. I mean, when you want to go fast and you, like out of one of those smaller backpacks, this is what you'd be carrying.
Yep. They're fairly compact. They are single man. You know, I like to sleep by myself, so.
Yeah. No dog, Glenn?
No dog, no.
Oh man, come on, Tanner. We've got a little mountain dog in the project. We love her. This is an awesome color.
Yep.
It could not be better. I'm going to give you an A+ gold star for this color. And actually, I looked at this off camera. I forgot to roll it in earlier. Excellent materials. I bet it's expensive though.
$899.
I call that one. Ouch.
Yeah.
Are they selling?
Yeah. And they're such high quality.
Yeah.
You know, I make no apology for it. They're expensive to make, and basically I just go, well, you can buy it or buy something else. It's with all of our products. I'm not compelled to sell any of this. People like our products. They sell by themselves. I believe in it. I back it. I make what I like, and then after that, I'm not at all offended if somebody says, "Oh, that's not for me."
I hear you. The beauty of Eberlestock, no compromise. That's what you were just saying, and the price is what it is, but top notch.
Most things are not expensive. I mean, really, if you look at the features that we have in all of our products, we do things in a very unique way. I could have charged $100 more for every backpack I ever made a long time ago, but chose not to. I put them right in the ballpark with comparable quality products that are far less features. And there are a lot of stuff that sells for a lot more with it has far less features.
I educate my audience in terms of value. Don't just look at the price, look at value. What it's going to deliver in your philosophy of use over time. I think you got it going on.
Thanks.
Great booth review, Glenn. This is an American success story right here. An American businessman making it happen. Thanks for having the Nutnfancy project. I hope you guys like that one. That's a gold star booth review from Mr. Eberle. See you guys later.
Gold star.
That's it.
Thanks. That was fun.